This offseason is about to define the future of the Dallas Cowboys, not just with big names, but with the small decisions that build depth, structure, and identity. And right now, two stories are quietly shaping what this roster could look like in 2026. One on defense with Reddy Steward, and one on offense with George Pickens. Before we start, leave a like and subscribe to Cowboys Central, daily fan-driven Cowboys news. No corporate media, no fluff, just real Cowboys talk. March 9th marks the beginning of the NFL's legal tampering period, and the Cowboys are entering one of the most important roster-building phases in recent years. Unrestricted free agents, restricted free agents, exclusive rights free agents, Dallas has decisions to make at every level of the roster, not just with stars, but with role players, depth pieces, and system fits. And one of the most underrated names in that conversation is cornerback Reddy Steward. Steward wasn't a headline signing. He wasn't drafted. He wasn't a big-name pickup. He was claimed off waivers late in August after the Vikings moved on from him, just one day after they released him. Before that, he was an undrafted free agent with the Chicago Bears, originally signed by Matt Eberflus. When Eberflus became the Cowboys' defensive coordinator in 2025, Steward reunited with him in Dallas, brought in as a depth piece, specifically to add depth at nickel corner behind Deron Bland. No hype, no headlines, no expectations. And then he played. Despite joining the roster late, Reddy Steward played in all 17 games in 2025. He started 5. He logged 496 defensive snaps, 63 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 3 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble. Those aren't superstar numbers, but they are reliability numbers, and reliability matters in the NFL. As the season went on, his role grew. With Deron Bland moving outside at times and dealing with injuries, Steward took on more responsibility in the slot. In Week 8 against the Broncos, when the Cowboys were losing safeties to injury, Steward even filled in at safety. That's versatility. That's trust. That's value. He wasn't always flashy. He wasn't always perfect, but he did what he was asked. He handled multiple responsibilities. He tackled in the run game. He adapted. He filled gaps. That's the kind of player every good roster needs. Now the question becomes, does he stay? From a roster-building perspective, he makes sense. Bland is coming off another foot surgery, which is concerning long-term. Steward provides nickel depth, special teams value, secondary versatility, emergency safety help, system flexibility. But there's another reality. New defensive coordinator Christian Parker is building his own system, his own identity, his own mold, his own prototype defenders. Every defensive free agent is now being evaluated not just on performance, but on fit. If Parker wants a different type of nickel, a different size profile, different movement traits, different coverage style, different versatility model, Steward could be odd man out. And then there's the draft. If Dallas drafts a corner, especially a smaller, versatile slot-type corner, someone like Clemson's Avion Terrell, that role overlaps directly with what Steward provides. At that point, the question becomes simple business. Do you pay for depth or draft it? That's how good teams think. Now shift to the other side of the ball, and this story is the opposite of subtle. George Pickens. When Dallas traded for George Pickens before the 2025 season, the goal was simple. Give CeeDee Lamb a real partner in the passing game. They didn't just get that, they got dominance. 1,429 receiving yards, third most in the NFL, 9 touchdowns, Pro Bowl selection, AP second-team All-Pro, career year, elite production. Pickens didn't just complement the offense, he transformed it. And now he's a free agent. Jerry Jones made it clear. He wants George Pickens to be a Cowboy for a long time. I'm talking to George all the time because of my excitement for him. I'm looking forward to getting things worked out so George can be a Cowboy a long time. That's not corporate talk. That's ownership talk. That's priority talk. Pickens himself said he wants to stay, but understands it's a business. I would love to stay. I'm just looking for the best deal that helps everybody. If it's best for both parties, I'm willing to do anything.
And then came the strongest statement of all. Dak Prescott, I think it's vital. I think it must be done. We've got to find a way to keep him here. CeeDee Lamb, I don't care if he makes more than me. I just want my man to get what he deserves. He deserves every penny. That tells you everything. Quarterback wants him, WR1 wants him, owner wants him, front office wants him, locker room wants him. That's rare.
This isn't just a contract negotiation. This is identity building. Dallas finally has a real elite WR duo. Defenses can't double CeeDee. Pickens wins one-on-ones. Spacing improves. Playbook expands. Dak's reads get cleaner. Red zone efficiency improves. Explosive plays increase. This is not luxury. This is structure. So now look at the contrast. On defense, the Cowboys are making micro decisions: depth, versatility, system fit, roster construction, pipeline building. On offense, they're making macro decisions: identity, core players, franchise pillars, long-term structure, championship window. This is how real teams are built. Not just stars, not just names, but layers, structure, systems, balance, depth, identity. Reddy Steward represents the depth conversation. George Pickens represents the foundation conversation. Both matter, because championships aren't built only with stars. They're built with systems, with reliability, with structure, with planning, with identity, with chemistry. This offseason will define who the Cowboys are becoming, not just in 2026, but for the next decade. And Cowboys Central will be here for all of it. Every move, every rumor, every contract, every signing, every release, every draft pick, every restructure. From a fan perspective, with real analysis, real talk, no corporate media, no fluff, no fake narratives. If you're a real Cowboys fan, this is your home. Daily news, real structure, real vision, real Cowboys football.